to Mr. 96's Pop Reviews. My name is Mr. 96. It is currently November, so that means it's time to go over every single time I f***ed up in the last year. And trust me, I made plenty of mistakes yet again, but unlike previous years, I'm gonna go through most of these relatively quickly as I have more important things to focus on later in the video. Let's start with the technical errors. Well, we have that time I forgot to put an accent over Neo Garcia's name in my 2018 worst list. Sure, it's not a huge deal to Americans with that same last name, but he's from a Spanish-speaking country, so that's my bad. There's also the time I forgot to put X Academy in all caps in my 2018 best list. When it comes to proper nouns such as channel names or artist names, I try to be consistent in spelling titles the way they're intended to be. It's like if you spelled Beyonce without the accent, which is wrong, by the way. Oh, and let's not forget the fact that I completely forgot to credit Rodrigo's name in my Heaven review. Then again, he was the one who interrupted my review in the first place, so who gives a shit? But even more egregious than technical errors are the factual errors I made. 2 of them to be exact, and both of them have to do with Drake. In my 2018 worst list, I said that I'm Upset came out after the story of Adidon, but turns out that was completely false, as I'm Upset actually came out before Pusha T's diss track. In another gaffe, earlier this year when I reviewed Wake Up in the Sky, I said that I Get the Bag was Gucci Mane's only hit to make the Billboard Year in Hot 100 in which he was the leading artist. Apparently that's not the case, as his song Both featuring Drake actually did make the 2017 Year in Hot 100. Now, let's move on to opinions that have changed. And you wanna know the biggest surprise? My opinions for my 2018 worst list have actually managed to hold up after a year. That's a first. Unfortunately, my 2018 best list wasn't as lucky. In that video, I named Eastside as my number 7 song and gave it a 9 out of 10. But in hindsight, that was a bad choice. Even at the time, I considered giving it an 8 out of 10, and as it turns out, that would be the last time I ever took the over when rating songs on the border. Opinions change all the time, but even back then, I should have seen this coming. So I'm just gonna stay conservative when rating music from now on. Hell, if I remade that video today, Eastside probably wouldn't even make the list. If I wanted to choose a Khalid song, I probably should have just gone with Love Lies. It was an honorable mention, as well as a goddamn breath of fresh air in the awful year that was 2018. While 2019 didn't have many highs for pop music, the number of lows were at least kept to a minimum. In the meantime, I might as well tell you some of the non-hits I listened to this year. I really like that new Now Horn song, which needs to be a hit in 2020. I also really like the song Home from BTS's EP this year. Super Clot by Super Junior is a nice song that came out recently, but honestly, I prefer I Think I, their other song from that new album. Also, can't forget Danger by their subunit Super Junior D&E. But speaking of Super Junior, that actually brings me to my next topic. This year, I did a full 19-minute review of Sorry Sorry by Super Junior. I'm pretty proud of how that video turned out, though I'd be lying if I said I didn't wish to add a couple more things in there. The video itself was already very long, so I couldn't really get to every little detail about them. For example, I forgot to mention their 2015 compilation album Devil, whose title track is one of my favorite songs by them, period. Also, I forgot to mention that the guys who produced their Latin-influenced song Lo Siento are Playin' Skills, aka the guys who made Ridin' by Chamillionaire. Seriously, how did I fail to mention that? They're even in the goddamn video! Also, I mentioned how Super Junior's 2012 song, Sexy Free and Single, was only alright. Personally, the song's just aight, but hey, the album led the year in sales, so what do I know? Not much apparently, because almost immediately after I published that video, the song just suddenly became amazing. No joke, ever since that review, this song has unironically become one of my most played Super Junior songs. I don't know, something about the sleek aesthetic just really appeals to me. Also, their weird use of English in the hook just makes me laugh. I don't care what you say, that line is absolutely perfect. I couldn't have come up with that, and neither could you. But now, let us move on to what the title of this video states, a re-review of Bad Guy.
So you're a tough guy, like you really rough guy.
Earlier this summer, when I reviewed Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, I told you all that I didn't know much about her, so I specifically said that my thoughts on that song could be completely wrong. But then again, since everyone's a Billie Eilish expert, I'm probably 3000% wrong because I'm an uncultured idiot who doesn't realize that this is the most groundbreaking song ever. I don't know. And now that I've listened to more Billie Eilish since then, I can finally confirm that I totally botched that review.
Duh.
Yeah, in hindsight, Bad Guy is not as interesting or complex as I thought it would be. You see, I thought I was completely behind the curve and just assumed that every Billie Eilish song was some deep and insightful acid trip I didn't understand. But as far as Bad Guy is concerned, it's just a weird sounding pop song. Nothing more. Actually, no, that one line still kinda bothers me.
I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type.
Keep in mind that Billie Eilish does not turn 18 until December 18th next month. Based on that date, circumstances could change if this were a song on my Best of 2019 list, which will be released after her 18th birthday, but let's be real, this ain't making the best list. Even if I listen to this song after she turns 18, I can't change the fact that the song is sung from the perspective of someone who's underage. Hell, she doesn't even deny it.
My mommy likes to sing along.
It would be one thing if she were some anime girl doing the wink wink tease tease thing, but here she just comes across like some angsty kid who's seducing an older man just to spite people. She's the soon without the dating. It gives off sort of an edgelord vibe the more I listen to it, and when you factor in the overplay, I just can't give this song a 7 out of 10 in good conscience. And since I said that I'd be more conservative in regards to how I rate a song after the whole East Side thing, I'll give it a 5 out of 10 for now. But then again, my opinion will probably change another time by tomorrow. Finally, my biggest correction of 2019 will be my schedule moving forward. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, I haven't made as many videos as I've wanted to lately. Part of it is the fact that I'm in my final quarter of school, which has been absolute hell, but another part of it is just my writing style. Back in undergrad, I could easily make videos every 2 weeks because 1, I had the time, and 2, my videos were way shorter in the past. Nowadays, my videos are more detailed and regularly reach the 8-minute mark, with more than a few of them reaching double digits. Honestly, the editing isn't the part that consumes the most time anymore, as the writing alone takes a week longer than it used to. And considering the uncertainty in regards to my career after graduation, I can't guarantee that I'll make 20 videos a year like I used to. So starting in 2020, I will move from an average of 1 video every 2 weeks to every 3 weeks. Before, I'd only do 3 weeks for special events like my best and worst lists or shit like Pop Investigation, but now I've begun to notice that my videos have changed. So if I have to stick to the status quo just to fit a 2-week schedule, then honestly, it's not worth it. By the end of 2019, my video count for the year will be 18, and with my new 3-week template, my 2020 video count should approximate to 17, if that's okay with you. I always value quality over quantity, so I hope you guys aren't too angry with this. I don't want to end up like Call of Duty. That's it for my 2019 corrections. Coming in December, you know what time it is. Pop songs may come in numbers, but there's only one. 96.
너의 그 말 그 잔인한 말 가슴 아픈